Hello, Angela. How are you today?
Hello, Donna. I'm good. How are you?
I am fabulous as always. I'm so glad to have you here, everyone. This is Angela Connor from the Wifey Life. I
Yes.
am LaDonna Maccabee, your business development advisor. We have breaking news here for you from the networking expert. We are live with Angela Connor. Angela, tell us just a little bit about you and your business, just a short little bit.
Wow, short. So I am a healer of the community, right? I am a sexologist. I am an entrepreneur. I am a counselor, a coach. I help people with their intimacy in their lives. That could be in a marriage, in friendships, with kids, whoever, but I help you develop and foster intimacy in your life. And it is my life passion. So I am so excited about the work I do at Wifey Life.
That is
Ah,
wonderful. And you know what? I just want to say a sexologist. Wow. That sounds so important. And you know what?
it
It
is.
really is in an intimate relationship of any kind. Angela and I have talked, I've been married almost 41 years. Sometimes that flame burns out.
It
So,
does.
yes, this is important stuff. It sounds important. And I know that you want to get out there and help anyone that needs your help a little bit or a whole lot. It does not
Yes.
matter, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. We shy away from the conversation, but we all came here typically through some type of intimacy act, right? So how do you cultivate that, make that better, especially like you said, being married for 41 years, newly married, relationship? How do we do that? Because we're not taught that. So that's what I do is teach. I'm an
Oh,
educator at heart.
absolutely. So many families back in the day, and my grandchildren tell me in the dinosaur days when I was young, and,
My kids do the same.
and it's like, the majority of people did not talk about things like that. Now, my mother was very open about things like that, but not to a point of truly talking about the details. And,
Absolutely.
my husband and I met when we were 15. 15. So it's like we didn't get married then, but we met there. We dated for 3 years, married at 18, 41 years later. We've been married. We've been through a lot of changes, physical, mental, society, financial,
Yes.
children, grandchildren, a whole freaking life, you know?
Yes.
So some things have changed with the sexologist part of it, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and so many people didn't talk about it these days. And I think we talk about it more openly now, but not
We
as
do.
openly as we should, because let's face it, it's part of our lives we don't want to let go. We don't want
No.
to let go, you
No. And
know?
sometimes we get embarrassed, right? Because we want everybody to think we have all the answers. A great example, I was talking to my kids, which is another conversation, like you said. We were talking about sex, right? What it means. And one of my kids said, well, I thought you had it figured out by now. I was like, no, because we don't talk about it, because it's embarrassing. If you can't do this or can't do that, it's not something we really want to admit. So being able to talk about it in different formats is amazing time of life to be in.
Absolutely. And we should be more open about it. Again, it's a mental thing. It's a
It is.
mindset thing. And
It
and I
is.
love how you said it doesn't have to be just intimacy as far as what you help. Maybe you don't have a great way to conversate with your children about sex.
Yes.
Because that's hard, especially when that preteen years, we really start talking about it and how much do you tell them? How much do you not tell them? What do you prepare them for? And
Yes.
things have changed over the years with
Yes.
partners. So yeah,
Yes. And we have so much information at our fingertips, but some of that information is not good information. It is not necessarily for us. Kids have the same thing. So we can Google anything, but really having a conversation about what is going to work for you as you get older and how to decipher that is something you can't do through Google. You have to talk to somebody. You have to speak on it because Google can't solve all the problems that we have at all. At
absolutely.
all.
You know why? Because Google doesn't speak our language for everyone. We
Absolutely.
all learn a different way. And as we age and as we go through these times, we need the proper ways of handling it
Absolutely.
because um, partnerships look more different today, I think, than what they did 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. So we have to be
Absolutely.
very careful in how we talk to one another. So
Yes.
let me ask you this, Angela, the wifey life. Wow, what a name for a business. What a title. The wifey life. So many things run through my head, but I love the uniqueness of it. What does this truly mean to you, and how do you want to help others with your wifey life?
Yeah, so thank you so much for asking that, LaDonna. People have that question about my company name as well as me calling myself Mistress Angela, because it has so many different meanings for people. But the wifey life is really about how do you show up in your most authentic self intimately. You can be a wife, or you can just be a person that's solo. Do you show up and you love yourself? Do you do candlelight dinners for yourself? Do you take bubble baths? What do you do for yourself and your partner if you're with a partner to really cultivate the intimacy you need to make it through all the transitions we go through in life? Because as you said earlier, LaDonna, we go through physical changes, financial changes, and often we separate ourselves out and become siloed, and we forget that we have a connection. So wife is about the connection. The wifey life is about connection in life with, like I said, with kids, with family, with your partners. How do you connect with the people that's most important to you? I also, because I brought the name up, Mistress Angela of sexuality, is because a lot of times we forget about the taboo, what we call taboo in relationships. And I wanted to be in the forefront. I am a knowledge seeker and have studied sexuality, tantra, relationships pretty much my whole life, honestly. So I am an expert in that. That's why I use the word mistress. I use the word wifey because it's a collection of everything together. So I hope that answered a little bit for everybody, but
Yes.
it's
So,
about the collective.
do you talk with people individually? Do you only talk with women? Do you talk to men also? Do you talk to couples? Do you talk to whoever wants your help? Tell me a little bit about that part.
Absolutely. So I work with couples as well as individuals, whoever's ready to open that conversation. I am the person that you call a gateway, a doorkeeper, where I help you open that door to talk to who your partner is. I do workshops as well. I do individual sessions and I do workshops. I do podcasts. I do all those things. Whatever we need, whatever I need to do to get the message out, it doesn't have to be the old way you think it is, right? It's a way to change it. So, if there's something that comes to me, excuse me, I got tongue tied for a second. But if something that I can't handle, I have a network of people that I work with that can maybe an expert in certain areas. I'm not an expert in all areas, but if I'm not the one, then I can send you to someone who can help you. But couples that have been together, if you're just going through a transition, especially through menopause with women, men with medications and changes in their bodies, that's my tribe. That's who I talk to most of the time. But I will guide you in whatever direction you need to go into.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yes,
Just going back because I feel like I'm not the only one that has went through some of these changes in a relationship when you've been married for so long or even short time. You know, we met at 15. Wow, you were wowed about everything about each other. He was so giving and caring and loving, and you just wanted to find a quiet place and kiss and
yes,
love on each other, right?
yes,
And he joins the military, and then we have to be away from each other. And then he comes home on leave, and again, it's just like getting together for the first time again. And then you have those children. Oh, so much love, but guess what? You're
a
no
lot of
longer
work.
the number ones.
You're
The number
not.
one weighs 9 pounds and cries all the time. And you get lost in that baby and you forget to make time for you, for us.
Yes, yes.
And then you have another baby and you're looking at this 10-pound baby that cries all the time, but then you have a 3-year-old to go with it and you get lost in those babies.
Yes, you do.
And then you spread apart a little bit. And then
Yes.
you have to find a way to make you come back together and make
Yes,
that
LaDonna.
time for yourself to love
Yes.
yourself. Because I really feel like you can't love another and you can't share those moments if you don't share moments with yourself and love yourself.
Absolutely.
And by
Absolutely.
this time, you've gained weight from having two babies in 3 years. And, you know, you've moved from Germany back to the United States. And, you know, all of these things, you know, you're probably
Life.
going to college and working full time. I mean, see what I'm saying? And
Yes. It's so
all,
many things that distract you.
yes. And you forget
Yes.
to find that quiet place again
Yes.
so that you
Yes.
can love on each other and adore each
Yes.
other. And I want
Yes.
you to know that you, Angela Connor, is out there ready
Yes.
to help you move and move towards that again.
Yes,
You
yes.
know,
You know, I experienced that myself as well. Even as a person who does this, we all experience different things. I had two kids, they were like a year apart, or 18 months apart. So my body changed, my mind changed, responsibilities changed. And I think it was one day, maybe I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I have changed, right? I'm not the same happy-go-lucky person because I'm taking care of babies and houses and that type of thing. And I had to kind of like stop for a minute, you know, and see what was going on, what I needed to change, and how can I bring some of that joy back. And sometimes you just have to reach out to somebody like that myself or and others to help bring that joy back so you can keep that connection vibrant and alive and exciting for you. All the
absolutely.
changes of life.
You know, I still remember the very first time that I met you and you spoke a little bit. I'm like, wow, I wished I would have had her way back then. But now, being for almost 41 years of marriage and 3 years of dating, I still need to hear people like Angela. You know, when we've
Yeah.
conversated only one time together before then, one on one, and
Mhm.
it's not that you taught me anything, but you resonated with me to remember things that I used to think about, I used to do, I used to say, and bring them back to the front of my mind.
Yes.
That's what's
Yes.
so great about meeting up with Angela Connor, people.
Yes.
She's amazing. Let me tell you, she
Thank
will.
you.
I seen a post on, I can't remember because I'm all over social media, but
Mm.
on one of your social media posts right before Valentine's Day, and it's about having dinner. And I don't know if it was with yourself or with your mate, but it was like candle was there and a plate was there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how many Valentine's dinners have Mark and I have had together over all these years, you know,
Hmm.
and how full they were. And each year was different. They were never the same.
Yes.
Sometimes we
Yes.
toddlers with us, and sometimes we had teenagers with us because the babysitter didn't show up. And we didn't stop.
Absolutely.
We just kept going, you know, girls get ready.
Yes.
We're having Valentine's Day together, you know.
Yes.
Hey, it's like being a business. You have to know when to pivot in your business, but also know
Absolutely.
how to pivot in your relationship with a mate,
Absolutely.
your children, whatever it may be. So I love it. Um, Angela, I wanted to ask you about your book. I noticed you've had a new book come out, and I
Yes.
think it's important for any author to be noticed for any book, chapter, whatever it is. And I read that it's Stand Up, Resilient Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith. Faith. How powerful. If you can stand up for your faith at any given moment, wow, that gives
Yes.
me chill bumps. Tell me a little bit about what that means to you.
Absolutely. And LaDonna, you mentioned this a little bit when you were talking about you have to pivot in business as in relationships, right? And the story in there is amazing process of writing and collaborating with some other women about the things we overcome, the obstacles we overcome. And I will say, being a sexologist, right? Living in the US and the South and that type of thing, it's been some huge challenges because I'm an entrepreneur and this is not the typical conversation. So how do you overcome, or how did I overcome those challenges and stand in my faith that this is what I'm supposed to do because it's not the typical thing that most people do. How do you stand up and do things that's not popular? Because it's your calling, it's your belief, it's what you're what drives you every day. So it's something that can help people in relationships as well as in business, like because we meet a lot of obstacles in business as well, where maybe funding doesn't happen or we miss the clients or whatever happens, and how do you keep getting back up? That's really what it's about. How do you do that as a woman, as a person, business owner, relationship? How do you get back up? So it was such an exciting adventure that I have, and I'm so excited that that book is out.
So,
Thank you for asking me about that.
yes, I love that. And I love my business. It's not unique like yours. I try to make it as unique as I can so that I stand out from others that may be doing things similar to what I do. But I love it. I put all my faith in it. I put all my efforts in it. I'm in love with my business
Yes,
differently than I am my family, my husband, my children, my grandchildren, but I am in love with my business because I get to help others.
yes. And
Angela,
LaDonna, your uniqueness is what is amazing, right? We can all do similar things, but it's who you are. That when you come to the table and you bring all of yourself because you're in love with that, that's what sets you apart every time, every time you speak. So thank you for being that person. Thank
thank
you
you
for being an
so much.
inspiration.
That's really what I want to get across to others. I'm
Yes,
here to help you with
yes,
whatever it is. And you said something when you first started. If I can't help you, I have a tribe of people that I trust. I
yes,
truly trust. These are people that I would go to if I needed them. That's who I'm going to send your way to help you if I cannot help you,
yes, yes,
and
yes,
that's because, again, I'm in love with my business. I'm in love with Networking Expert, the name of my company, my business, and it's my values. It's my expertise. It's my name. And I
yes,
want to be there for others. But you know what? Even with all of that said, there's days I look and I say, how did I get here? Good and bad. Do you ever,
yes,
how did I get here? Why does she think so negative of me? Why is that person not responding to my messages? You
yes,
know what?
yes,
I finally just have to look and say, next, it's not time for them yet in my bubble. One day
hmm
it will be, and they're always welcome when they are ready. But it took me
absolutely.
a long time to get to that space.
Yes, because we self-reflect. We think, what is it that I'm doing wrong? What is this? What is that? And we realize that it's not always about us. We can be here and offer things, but until you're ready, they won't come. So it's supposed to happen. It will happen. I truly
Exactly.
believe
I
that.
have this
Yeah.
saying, you don't know until you know. That's for me and them because even though I know they need me, because I see things they're doing that is not really the efficient way. I don't want to say the right way because everyone sees that different, but the efficient way to doing
Yes.
things. But until they know, there's no way of me helping them. They have to
Yes.
know. And there's no way of knowing until you know. So I
Yes.
really believe that. And I really believe my God is going to help me get with those people. Maybe you're not a God person. Maybe you're not a godly person, but there's something that you believe in.
Yeah. Whatever your higher power is, whatever you
However
believe
you
in.
think, yes,
Yes.
whatever your power is, it's going to bring us together sooner or later. I always hope sooner, but the
Yes.
doors are open. My bubble is
Yes.
not filled. There's always room for one more whenever it comes.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that, LaDonna. So you brought some joy to me. And one of the things I had to do before we started was get something that brings a lot of joy. I used to play instruments when I was in high school and college and that type of thing, but I keep it something that makes me happy, which is a tambourine. And you made me so happy I had to bring out the tambourine today. So, because it brings me joy, and hearing you speak and talking to you today has brought me so much joy. And I'm hoping that we can people get up on that joy as well when we
Oh,
get into the conversation.
yes. So, one last question for you is
Yes.
I would like to hear at least one golden nugget, a sneak preview or behind the curtain, per se, treat that you would like to give others about what you do and how it can fill their universe, whatever they may want to take with it. I know
Wow,
that's a
that's a
big
good question.
question
That's
with
a
a
big
lot of,
question.
yeah, but I know you
Golden
have
nugget.
one golden nugget at least you want to give others.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which one's coming to mind, and this is what's coming to mind is joy, the golden nugget of joy in relationships and in business. You said you were in love with your business, and you in with different areas. Where are you in love with, and how do you show up in that love? And if it's something that you feel that you're not showing up 100%, then we definitely need to talk further. So show up in joy and love, and it'll make a huge difference in everything you do.
Absolutely. That made chills in my spine because it's so true. You have to love what you are doing. And I found this out many years too late. And I wished I would have found it out earlier in my life is that if you're not loving what you're doing, change it.
Yes.
Whatever it is. It can be in your personal life, it can be the way your relationships are with school, with your children, with school, with your friends, with your mate, with your business. Life is too short, people.
It is.
I
It
mean,
goes quickly.
and you know, when you're 30, you don't think it's going quickly. But I'm telling you, when you get to your 50s, you really realize how short it is.
Yes.
It should be about the journey. Your life is
Yes.
about the journey, not, it took me a long time when my were young, I hadn't finished my education yet. I was still trying to get that degree in college. My husband was trying to get his degree. We were trying to get our real careers, and we were rushing around and trying to figure out how can we make enough money to drive the finest cars and live in the biggest houses in the best school districts. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that
You're
way.
not.
And now I think back, I'm I have a roof over my head. My girls, I have two beautiful, strong-headed, stand on their own 2 feet women for children. I have four blessed grandchildren. I have a man that stands beside me no matter what. And I don't care what car we live in, and I don't care how big the house is. I have a roof over my head and I have a car to drive. I'm not saying don't
Yes.
have those things.
Yes.
My goodness, Angela, my children and
Yeah.
grandchildren are healthy. My
It's
husband
amazing.
to be the age we are. So my faith is there. You know,
Yes. Yes.
faith is there just to live in joy, like you said,
Yes.
and happiness and smile more. So with that said, is there any last words that you would like to say before we go, Angela?
Wow. One of the things I love to say is love yourself enough to change. Love yourself enough.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. That is a standing ovation. I think that is the best close we could have. Angela and everyone listening to us today, have a beautiful rest of your day, your evening, your week, your make life a great journey. Thank you
Yes.
so much, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye
Thank
now.
you. Take care.